Yeah, you're stuck with us again tonight. So, welcome to tonight's DHC Sports Show. I am your host once again, Virgil, the producer, and I am here with Patrick. Donnie will be joining us later. He has some computer problems, but the other two, I don't know where they're at.
Well, I'm glad there's two of us that are still dedicated to this show.
Yeah, I mean that's true. This is the third show where it's just been two people so far. So
What's up, Polly?
Ollie, glad you can join us. Hope you're doing well. So, as always, this show is sponsored, and that is by our friends over at Old Fort Baseball Co. Let me get their stuff up for a minute.
Polly cheering for Pasquantino, huh?
I mean, do you blame them? I don't. And listen, guys, when I'm not online trying to convince people that the Earth is a triangle, I'm on this site, Old Fort Baseball Co., checking out the latest and greatest new shirts and wares that they have. So the good news is, if you want something from there, you don't have to pay full price.
Excuse me?
You do not have to pay full price. So the good news is, if you buy something from there, and I mean for your entire purchase, you get 15% off. That's a pretty good deal, right?
Wait a minute. Let me just get over to that website. Give me a second. Okay.
Right.
Old Fort. Oh, shirts, hats, and stickers.
Well, we'll talk about the stickers for a moment, but for your shirts and hats, if you want some, you don't have to buy it full price. You can use the code Dad Hat for 15% off.
For one item, right?
No, the entire purchase, Patrick.
What?
How long have you been doing this? You never get
Sorry,
it right.
it's such a good offer and it's too good to be true. I just think I'm dreaming it every time.
Understand that. Now, you mentioned stickers earlier.
Yeah.
Now, see, the stickers, it's a monthly sticker club. Yeah, okay. Have stickers from maybe some Sandlot teams, maybe some baseball-centric podcasts, some websites, or some, even affiliated teams. Maybe not that. I don't know. I made that part up. I may get sued for that. We'll find out. So that's usually $6 per month, but not here. With this code, DHC, you get that for 50% off. That is half.
Shut the front door.
It's already shut. See? Shut right there. So, yeah, 50% off. So, yeah, go over to Old Fort Baseball, give our friend Logan some love, and use those discount codes.
Man, the bots are back again.
I can't get rid of them. But no, I want to know.
Got to block those things. See, here it is again. Golly.
And Mike, I can tell you it's not flat, because if it was flat, then Mason Rudolph would be a Super Bowl champion by now. Don't ask for my logic to explain that.
Who was that?
What, Mason Rudolph?
Oh, go Pokes.
So that's not the only discount that we have. We do have a new discount we still have, and that is over our friends at uspbl.com/shop. Now, for all those who don't know about this league, it is a 4-team league. They play in the same place. They're all in Michigan, right? There's not one that's like in another place.
No, they're all in Michigan.
All in Michigan. So they have some really good hats, really good logos to take a look at. Like I said, I'm partial to the Unica Unicorns. But when you buy from that shop, you get to use the code CBM25 for 25% off. So hop over on that site, take a look at some of those hats, buy some of them. Because, man, there's some great stuff there.
There is. Fantastic.
Right. So today we've got a few things we are going to talk about. We were going to wait to talk about World Baseball Classic when the two people who actually went to a game were going to be here, but they're not going to be here. So we're going to have to talk about some of that stuff here. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about some new identities. One, a brand spanking new identity, and one, a revival that someone may be showing off a little bit. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
And then we got to talk about some free agent news, and then we're going to go over the South Atlantic League today. I know there's only 3 of us, but you know what? We're going to go through it, because I think with us 3, we can probably come into a consensus. But before we do anything else, Zach, I agree with that. I think that'd be kind of fun for a future meetup.
I think that'd be awesome.
So before we begin with anything, let's talk about what are we wearing, and if you are not drinking water, what are you drinking? So, Patrick, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, well, big shout out to the chat. Thanks for joining us. And like I said, at least there's 3 of us that actually still care about this show. But tonight I am wearing a throwback Pittsburgh Pirates hat. So got a vintage logo there. This is from my friends at Topper Store USA. This is from a few years ago at this point. And tonight I am not drinking water, but I am drinking out of my Jalen Phillips Carolina Blue cup, and it's got sweet tea in it. So yeah. So Jalen Phillips, huge signing for the Carolina Panthers. And with Andy Dalton under center, they are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Whoa,
Panthers.
Dude. Kenny Pickett's right there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't be disrespecting the Pickett.
Oh, man, well, Kenny Pickett. So go Panthers.
You sound so disappointed saying that, like you replaced Andy Dalton, like that's going to really make a difference for you.
I did because the big red rifle or whatever he's called. What do you guys call him in there in Carolina? Or what did you call him?
Loser.
Big Red Rifle. Is
he still in Carolina? He was the Red Rifle.
Yeah, is he still there?
I don't know if he's technically under contract again.
Well, anyways, as Virgil astutely pointed out, you've been saved because you got Kenny Pickett. So,
I mean, Kenny Pickett may be replacing him, for all I know.
No, Kenny Pickett is saving you.
No.
So good point, Virgil. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that, and that's ignorant on my part. But that's what I'm wearing tonight.
There are currently Andy Dalton trade rumors, so maybe we'll spend half the episode talking about that because apparently that's riveting. Donnie, first off, glad you got your computer problems fixed. Glad you're here. What are you wearing? And if you're not drinking water, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking some unsweet tea. So I'm not drinking water. I wanted some unsweet tea tonight, a little flavor. And what I'm wearing is what I wore today in lieu of the big news that technically got leaked yesterday to season ticket members by mistake. But anyway, this is my vintage snapback Capital City Bombers, original snapback from the original time with that nice vintage MILB logo.
Yeah. Now, Donnie, I know that your money was involved in that leak in some way, by the way. So how much of your absurd bank account went to the person that leaked it?
Excuse me. I can't talk about that.
Okay. Well,
no, so this is the scenario that happened yesterday that just kind of floored me. And I also threw on my vintage Bombers jersey, by the way. I've been asking for this. I've asked Brad Shank, the current president, former fly guy. Brad's kind of done everything from the beginning. I've been saying to him, I've been saying to several other people. I asked Cody about it when she was in charge of merch. I've said something to Kevin. I've said something to John. Anybody that would listen to me, I'm like, how can we get the Capital City Bombers identity? Do y'all even know who has the rights to it? Never got anywhere. And so yesterday I get this email that sent out, or excuse me. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. I get an email to send out to season ticket holders that there is a drop-in at 2:00 today, and that there was going to be some special news. I'm trying to find it so I could read it, but I don't see where I see it here. Give me a second. There's going to be some special news revealed, and so it just said join them, and there would be something something with history of Columbia baseball would be taking off. And my brain went straight to this. That was at about 11:30. And I was like, dang it, that sucks because I'm going to be in Augusta all day working on Thursday. I'm not going to be able to be there at 2:00. And then at 2:30, they send out an email that was not supposed to go out. And in the, it was a special announcement. This was the Evite at the Yard Sports Bar And it read, "We won't leak the surprise just yet. Let's say this announcement reaches back into Little Columbia baseball history, and we're getting things ready for takeoff." So with that wording, my brain went straight to this. Then at about 2:30, they send out an email. "Breaking news, Bomber Ball returns to the capital city." And it says, "Hey, Columbia, we've been keeping a massive secret under wraps. They had the whole weekend itinerary, blah, blah, blah." And then 30 minutes later, "Correction, we cannot keep some secrets," comes out. And so it was like, oops, that was not supposed to go out. Now it's out. Merchandise was already on the website and everything else. So it got out there.
Was it actually a mistake then?
Oh, it absolutely was a mistake. I texted several people and asked them, like, you know, I just texted them that I was happy about it. I didn't text them to ask them what happened, but all I will say is that one of the people I texted with the team said, "Huge F up that this went out early."
So was it supposed to be officially announced today?
Yes, they had been promoting 2 days ago. They put on their social media that something was going to be happening today at 1500 hours.
Wow.
Which was 3:00. So they were having, so basically it boiled down to this. They were having a season ticket member drop in at this bar on Main Street at 2:00. And then an hour later, they were going to reveal it on social media. That was how, an email. That was how it was supposed to happen.
Listen, I appreciate that Mike is here to set the record straight. Mike, you are a gentleman and a scholar, good sir. Thank you so much for letting the people know what really happened with this.
Yeah, this PR campaign is not going to fool me. I know exactly what you did, Donnie.
Yep.
Well, I wish I could say that I had something to do with this, and I appreciate the thought that I did.
Mm-hmm. We all know that you knew about this. You knew about this releasing months ago.
No, I did not.
It's just that the rest of the common people didn't find out until today.
As stoked as I am about this, they would know better than to tell me this months ago, because I wouldn't have been able to keep it a secret myself. Yeah. I would have been so ecstatic about it. And I can usually keep a secret pretty good. This one would have been this would have been a real tough one to hold on to.
Man, Holsinger, staying at a mansion and grabbing a Cap City Bombers hat, that sounds like a great weekend.
Yep. So I'm beyond excited that they're bringing this back. I love the jersey that they revealed, the black jersey with the logo on the chest and the Firefly logo on the sleeve. Yeah, I'm just, and it's a whole weekend. That's the thing. They're going to do a B-52 bomber bobblehead, so a plain bobble.
To me, this is like a home run, because to me, it's a no-brainer thing to bring this back. I mean, it's one of the, I think objectively speaking, it's one of the iconic minor league logos, certainly of the 90s.
Oh yeah, it came out in 93, right in the time frame of all these others.
I mean, when you talk about teams from the 90s, you think about the Cap City Bombers, you think about the Fort Myers Miracle. I mean, Ed thinks about the Mighty Muscles, but that's him. But then you think of like High Desert Mavericks. I mean, you think about some of these teams, and obviously Carolina Mudcat or Columbus Mudcats, Carolina Mudcats. I mean, you think of those teams, but it's an iconic logo to bring back, and it's hard to believe it took this long, but that doesn't matter. The fact is, they've brought it. It's either you did or you didn't at this point.
Yeah. And like I said, I've been wondering, absolutely. I've been wondering who had the rights to the logo, if it was the Greenville Drive, because that's who was the Bombers.
Right.
When they moved up there,
they were the Greenville Bombers, right?
They played as the Greenville Bombers for 1 year because they were waiting for their new stadium to be finished to do their new identity. Right. And they have never released any merchandise with the Bombers associated with that team since they became the Drive. Yeah. And that's been 20 years now. So
Zach, it's not exactly 90s prices, is it?
No. And it's funny because, I mean, right now that's kind of the going rate for some of these fitteds, especially something like this that's a theme hat that's not going to be as higher volume. So, I mean, I know it's high. I'm not saying it's not, but I think the days of like $38, $39 fitted hats is gone.
It's done.
I mean, most of the regular ones start at 40 to 45. So it is what it is. And there's a lot of stitching to this logo too.
Yeah. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Donnie, we have to have your income to get hats these days.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Well, as many hats as you have and yours are all fitted, you're not the one to be talking.
That's me trying to pretend like I'm Donnie, but I'm obviously not. So.
Oh, I don't know. You've got way more fitted than I do.
I don't know. I've seen your collection. I think you've surpassed it.
No. But anyway, I'm super stoked for this logo to come back, and they're actually even doing on the Thursday night. I saw they're doing throwback night to 25-cent hot dogs and $1.50 beers. So they're even going back to some 90s pricing with that on Thursday.
Thank you for having them introduce a night that I can afford, Donnie. I appreciate that.
So with the Capital City Bombers returning,
Mike, you're the best, man.
What defunct team now do you wish would be revived? As in, could a current team use this throwback logo?
Ooh,
and don't say the Mudcats.
No, I don't want Ed to come back, to come on here and start, his own diatribe about that. That's a good question.
Because we've had the Miracle. They got Miracle stuff come back. We've seen the Fort Wayne Wizards. We've seen the Huntsville Stars be revived in some capacity.
I can tell you the one that I think probably a majority of people out there in the universe would love to see come back, and that's the Las Vegas 51s.
That's a really good one right there.
That's a great one. Yeah, Phil, the Columbus Cavaliers. Phil, I was actually going to go with the Columbus Red Sticks.
Yeah, that would.
But that's purely because that's something I did as a kid. So,
and that'd be interesting if the Klingstones at some point would do that. I mean, it's too early in their history to address that. And one of the things I will say, again, I've been asking for this one for 6-7 years now. And I know when I first started asking about it in 2019, 2020, I mean, at that point, the Fireflies were only, 3-4 years into their existence. And a lot of the thing that I heard from the few people that at that time, when I brought it up, would say is, well, we don't want brand confusion right now. Like they wanted to really establish the Fireflies identity. So I get that. I'm just glad that eventually they figured it out. I don't know if there was just I don't know how licensing works with these logos, because it could be that it was just whoever held the license. It's been 20 years since the Drive became the Drive. Maybe that was like the expiration of their rights to it or something.
And I would also say another one that's going to be is going to be almost impossible to do, I think at this point, is the Casper Ghosts.
Yeah,
that one would be hard. So the first one that I was thinking about, which I don't think could be done anymore, West Tennessee Diamond Jacks.
Ooh, good call.
I mean, I do have a hat from that one, but I've always just kind of had I always liked that team name. I thought it was kind of unique enough, especially how they spelled Jacks with two S's.
Which version do you have? Do you have the one with the character, the one that Plan B branding or at the time or Brandiose did? Or do you have the one that just has the J on it, or with the diamond?
I think it's got the character.
Yeah, that's by far the best one, because the other one was like very 80s. Had like an 80s look to it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's a good one though.
I know another one that a lot of people have talked about, especially Paul, and that's the Manatees. That would be another one.
I was just about to say that. That's a good call.
The reason why I didn't say Manatees is because the area where that would have been, that team is gone completely. So I don't know who would lay claim to that.
Oh, you're talking about realistic.
Realistic, yeah. Because there's no team in Kissimmee anymore, and that's where the Fire Frogs were.
Well, weren't they in Osceola County too when they left Kissimmee?
Yes.
Let me see.
El Paso did bring back the Diablos at some point, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, so
they sure did. In fact, that's how I got a version of that hat, was because El Paso brought back the Diablos.
That's actually a good question. Does this mean that the Drive can play as the Braves? I feel like that would be a little harder considering they're a Red Sox.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and I think that Donnie, it goes back to what you said, and I thought it was a really great point. It has to do with licensing. Yeah, I mean, it does. It has to do with
Yeah,
licensing and
absolutely. Yeah.
who owns the naming rights. Are you surprised I said something nice about you? 'Cause
Yeah.
I really do like you.
You
But
caught me off guard there for a second, but that's okay.
yeah. No, but I mean, I think it's a licensing issue, and I think some of
Too
these things
soon,
probably
Zach.
would like to do that. You
Yeah.
what?
I said too soon, Zach, on the Lynchburg Hellcats.
The body's not even cold, and he's already ready to bring it back.
I'm sorry, Patrick. Keep going. I
No,
trying
but
to.
I think the Potomac, and I figured Zach would say that one, but the Potomac Cannons is a good one as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some other ones. I'd love to see the St. Catherine Stompers come back, and I know that they actually have with the was it the Welland Jackfish that did that?
Don't know.
No, I'm trying to remember who brought back because they played a game as that, and I want to say it was the Welland Jackfish that did it. Because it actually wasn't the current St. Catherine's Mavericks or whatever they are.
It was Welland Jackfish.
Yeah, sorry, I said St. Catherine's. That's Medicine Hat. Forgive me, Medicine Hat Mavericks. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to see the Medicine Hat Jays come back too. That won't happen either. But I love that MH hat. I have an MB one. I just don't have the MH. But I love it in those old Blue Jays white stripes that they would use. They're not. It looks like the old television screens that you would have, like the old, font that they'd use on television shows. Yeah, I used to love that.
Another one that I always liked, and I don't know why I liked this one so much because it was kind of way out west, was the Albuquerque Dukes. That was an interesting one to me because that was one of those
store that sells Albuquerque Dukes hats, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those that like when I think of the early 90s and the start of some of these around the 90s when I was collecting some minor league baseball cards and I saw some logos that, from teams I had no idea existed back then. That was always one that like stood out with that Dukes character on the front.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I understand that. You okay, Patrick? You got it.
Yeah,
Holsinger is on fire tonight.
Holsinger caught me as I was drinking that. I was taking a drink of my tea. Oh my word!
I don't know how the mascot for the Firefrog still makes appearances. Like it's just some guy that just like has the costume. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, he does, and he's trying to keep it alive, kind of like the Pizza Rats guy did with the hats. I actually messaged the Pizza Rats guy a few weeks ago. I still haven't heard back from him, but I just messaged him on his Twitter to see if he was still like if he'd ever got back into dealing with that or if he still had merchandise left.
So when I was in DC, I think it was in DC. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It was at the Stripers spring open house for this season. I saw a guy wearing a Pizza Rats hat. I was like, it was the NYC one, the token one. So I saw that one and I was like, I couldn't get to him to say anything to him, but I was like, makes my heart so happy that I saw a Pizza Rats hat. And then I saw another guy wearing a Chattanooga Lookouts hat. And I said, minor league baseball in the airport.
Yeah.
And I was like, people care about minor league baseball. I thought of Virgil on that one because I think of him when I think about the Chattanooga Lookouts too. I know you're a Rocket. I know you're a Trash Pandas guy, but I also think of you with the Chattanooga Lookouts.
Well, I mean, we're talking about like the second most times I've been to a ballpark, it's Chattanooga. So, I mean, just right there makes sense.
I thought I definitely thought of you when I saw that. I was like, tear in my eye.
I was waiting for the catch to be that you saw somebody wearing a Chattanooga Lookouts hat, then you realized it was just you in a mirror.
No, I really was going to go with I saw someone with a T-shirt with the goat on it, and I thought of you because I was like, because you're the goat.
That's it. Yeah, then you have they thought it was the dude from Hartford, but so we talked about the revival, but now let's talk about a brand new identity, and this is from our friends from West Michigan Whitecaps. And I'm wondering if this came out maybe a week before, if this would have affected voting for some people. But that is the Michigan Snowbirds.
I like this one.
I like it so much.
Well, of course you would like it, Donnie, because like you're on the cover.
Although, like I said to you guys in the text chain, does that not have beach chickens, but with an old guy? I mean, it looks like almost a carbon copy of the beach chickens, but with a man instead of a chicken.
Well, the guy kind of looks like a chicken, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I get more Benny's vibes than beach chickens.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I can see beach chickens, Donnie. It's like the color, that seafoam green color, or that teal, whatever that is. Like that color is the exact color of that hat.
Right. It just like that's the first thing that popped in my head was the beach chickens. I was like,
that's a good call. Same here when I was thinking of the colors, and they only use like a pale pink instead of this flamingo pink. So may he rest in peace. But I thought it was Lou Holtz.
See, my mind went to two different places. First off, Junior Soprano from The Sopranos.
Ooh, good call.
Or that Six Flags mascot. I forgot the guy's name. The old guy. Was it Mr. Six or something? Patrick's drinking. I know he knows this answer.
Yeah. Mr. Six, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you know about Six Flags Over Georgia. That makes me so happy. My goat knows things that I grew up seeing.
Well, when I go to Atlanta, I drive by it. It's on my way.
Lithia Springs. My goat drives through Lithia Springs.
So yeah, this is definitely a good one in my opinion. It kind of fits the. Now, of course, Michigan's not really the only state with snowbirds, but honestly, I'm surprised no one else has really claimed this yet. So yeah, can't really complain about that. Let's see what merch they have already for this. Let's do a few items. Let's first off show off the hat itself.
I love that color scheme with that teal and light blue.
I love it too. It even though it's got like the white panel front like a lot of hats have, that's not a color combination you see too often. So I really like that.
And the logo pops on the white panel. Some don't. This one does.
So I have an answer for the word mark on the back, by the way. I looked into that.
Okay.
So I reached out to my friend with the team there, and they told me that this is the one that they have available right now. This is not the on-field one, because the on-field one will have the official MILB logo on the back. So like a lot of teams do, I think the Jersey Diners do this a lot too when they don't have the official one there. They've got like two versions. There's a fashion one, which is what this one is. Mm-hmm. And I think the on-field is going to look the exact same. It's just going to have the MILB logo on the back, and that will be probably in the summer before they get that. So this is one they have in the meantime.
Yeah, when the Fireflies did the Grits identity, they only had so many like so many of the fitted hats in the initial order.
Mm-hmm.
And it sold so fast that they were not allowed to do a reorder from New Era and get it in before the end of the season. So they ordered fashion version, which is where you'll see the all white fitted Grits hat.
Okay.
Rather than the duotone.
Yeah. The whole singer here says, I like the color scheme, but take the old guy out and leave the floaty. I think it'll be a cool hat. The old guy makes it look weird.
But the old guy's the snowbird.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't be, yeah. I mean, I think it would be hard to know the identity without that, because I mean, a floaty can be for anything.
Be a Florence Flamingos hat at that point. I do wonder. I am kind of looking forward to seeing what other color schemes they come out with the hat, if anything. Because I know, like, I know white panels have been more kind of the standard lately, but I also kind of wonder if they're gonna have a solid version of that.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to be different versions of the hat. I think are there any right now? I of course focused in on the fitted. I didn't know. Okay, like there's the rope hat. I kind of
What's the
like that
rope?
rope. I kind of like that rope hat.
Or rope
One-
and trucker, yeah.
Yeah. But the reason I like the white panel is because I like that it's outlined in the mint green on the fitted hat.
Yep. And it is here. You can see it, but it's blended with the
Yeah.
background. It's still
Yeah.
on the actual.
I don't mind this
stitching.
though. You know,
No,
like I know a lot of people don't like the rope hats. I kind of like them. So
some
I mean,
I'm
I don't love
okay
them.
with them. I have some, but I don't like want a lot of them.
Well, I like them. I just don't love them like Ed does. I mean, Ed absolutely loves them, and he can verify that because he's he's not here.
Yeah.
But he definitely loves them. So
Is that what he was talking about? That the Mighty Muscles are his favorite team?
well, yeah, and he said, what was it? The #1 logo in all of minor league baseball?
Mhm.
Somewhere
Now,
around there.
Donnie, I do have a question. Do you find this logo insulting that it does your style with socks and flip flops?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just want to make sure. I know some people are sensitive about that.
No, it's all cool.
Rope
It's all
hats
got
are-
cool.
Yeah, Zach does not like rope hats, but
No, he does not.
Zach, you know what's not stupid? You being your legendary appearance on the show. That was awesome.
It was.
We were thinking about the
Crunchberry.
shirt. I'm surprised I didn't know Crunchberry was a flavor. So
I
a flavor shirt.
listen, I won't lie, I love that shirt. I think it's like
Yeah,
that's one of those things that could just be a fashion shirt that no one knows is a minor league baseball thing.
Mhm.
It reminds me of like the Southern Outfitters that like have the pocket tees
yeah.
and they put random things on it. Like that could easily be like a Vineyard Vine shirt or like a Southern Marsh shirt or something like that. And I mean, or a brand like that. I could totally see that.
Mhm.
What's up, Mark?
Hey Mark, I would love it if the word mark was just across the chest completely as well.
Yeah. I kind of like what they did with the small
Yeah,
one
I
on the
mean,
chest.
I like it either way, but I think if they had a secondary option with it across the front, that would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, but I like the color of the shirt for sure.
And see, they've got that one, and then they've got the blue one here, which is just blue,
Yeah.
not blueberry, but whatever.
No, it's Booberry.
Oh, sorry.
It should have been Blueberry for sure.
Okay, no,
Missed opportunity.
if that's blueberry, then it has to be Frankenberry. It doesn't work like that.
Ah, someone's got jokes tonight.
Can't just change that.
It's not just tonight. He pulled I'll say this. Virgil gave a classic Patrick joke on Tuesday. I was like, oh, he turned the tables on you that night.
I don't remember
That
which
was a
one
good
that
one.
was.
I can't recall it right now. I don't want to waste the
Yeah.
time trying to think about it, but I saw that and I was like, "Ooh, well done."
Like you're goaded so often, Virgil, you just forget all the amazing stuff you do. It's natural. It's natural. When literally every step you take is like that, it must be hard to keep up with all of them.
You out dad joked him, is what you did.
And it's usually kind of hard to do that. Oh, Mark, I didn't see you. Glad you joined us. Do like the hoodie also here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Virgil rocking one of these.
I used to have a lot of hoodies. I don't really have them anymore, but I don't really want to start a hoodie
Don't worry,
collection.
Ed doesn't have them either. Ed doesn't like them, so
Yeah, if I start doing a hoodie collection, I'm gonna have no closet space.
See, Ed's like me. I love a hoodie too, and I've got way too many. But there's more I would love to get. I just don't need any more.
Because of Ed, I have too many. And Mark, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Hope you are.
So we actually missed a team a while back.
Really?
And I've been saving this one for a few days, and I keep on forgetting to get back to it. And this is from the Old North State League.
Ooh.
And if you know me pretty well, you probably understand why I may like this one a lot. We're looking at the Waynesville Haulers.
Oh yeah, that came out about a week or so ago. Yeah,
Came out a week or so ago.
Did you say the Waynesville Hollers?
the Hollers.
Haulers.
He southernized it a little bit.
So
I can't imagine why you would like this one.
you can't imagine why.
What I appreciate is that finally someone has come out with a dog logo.
Yes, I feel like that's really been missing. Really been missing. Just there's not many dog logos. There's dog
And
men
can someone please
logos.
bring out a pig logo? I mean, for goodness sake, it's just sitting there waiting for you.
There's no.
Can I
Right.
say this? I like that it's Waynesville hollers, but usually a dog howls. Now this would have been a better howler than Hill City howlers with the dog. But I get the hollers too.
Yeah, well,
At someone with a Basset Hound, they do not howl; they holler.
Okay.
So this kind of fits.
Okay.
well, and I'll tell you this: then, in the South, as you both know, that hollers are also something else.
Yeah.
And and it took someone in my job when I started my job. I didn't know what that version of a holler was, because all I knew was holla if you hear me. I was like Teddy Long, holla if you hear me. But
did somebody tell you they lived down in the holler?
Well, he did. Well, he was explaining to me where a sewer line was going to go, and he said, it's going to go down that holler down there, okay? And then I said, "What's a holler?" He said, "You don't know what a holler is? Who raised you, boy?" And I was like, "Yep, that's the story." So, in fact, I still tell him that story to this day. It's funny.
So, yeah,
Mark, I've not been queuing up with boxing. Which fights this weekend?
Let me know, because I haven't followed boxing since I don't even know when, since Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear.
Zach, I am so grateful that you told me about the
Holyfield bit Tyson's ear. Sorry.
No, you're right the first time.
Man, I'm glad finally someone did a pig logo. I guess I just didn't know about it.
See, a lot of teams keep on changing from there, because I was about to say if the Surf and Turf were still there. I don't even know anymore.
No, the Brunswick Surf and Turf are no longer there.
Yeah, so that's what I thought.
Yeah, they moved. Is that the team that I think moved to the Outer Banks? It was one. I forget. They all move so much. They all move every couple of years. But
I feel like they didn't. But I don't know.
Well, all I know is that the Brunswick team moved to a different city in North Carolina. That's all I know.
Yeah, because the Outer Banks team is now the Flying Dutchman, I believe.
Did you just, Donnie? Did you say Mike Tyson?
I did. I said, yeah. I said I haven't watched boxing since Tyson bit Holyfield's ear.
As how old are you? And Mark doesn't even know that. Mark, I don't even think knows that joke that we always use.
Well, I'm old enough to remember when Mike Tyson was 18 years old and came into boxing. So
18 years before he was born?
Oh no, he's younger than me.
So
Holstinger, I didn't really think you were all that Southern, but howdy y'all. You probably thought I was.
Well, he lives on the most southern border of Ohio. Right on he can see Kentucky across the holler there.
That's right. Dude, I'm 45. You look 30s.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Mark, are you talking about Mark? Are you saying you think the mayor looks like he's in his 30s?
Yes, I think that's what he's saying.
Mark, you are so much nicer than I am. I will tell you that. I shouldn't tell Donnie what. I'm not going to tell Donnie what I think.
I guess Donnie's writing.
It might be three. It might be three.
I guess Donnie's writing checks in euros now.
Oh wait, Mark said no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have two NFL stories I want to touch upon. One is the Crosby situation, because apparently that just gets worse. Because after Crosby gets
there we go, Mark.
That's return to sanity.
There we go.
You're on the right track now.
Because after
I'm sorry, Virgil. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was more important. So after the Crosby deal gets nicked, Ravens sign Hendrickson instead. Probably the better signing, honestly, for being face value here, but apparently this has really caused a stink among a lot of some of the other teams right now. Some of the other talking heads talking about, why would you want to deal with the Ravens anymore after this? But is this really an underhanded move, or is this because something was not disclosed in a physical? Because there were reports about the Cowboys going in for Crosby, but they went back on it, and now it looks like because of this. But what do you think about the Ravens' antics about this and signing of Hendrickson?
I mean, to me, I think they tried to jump the gun by getting Crosby, and they were like, okay, we'll give up for the picks, because I think they thought Hendrickson was going to go somewhere else, maybe. And then when nobody signed him that first day, they were probably like, oh, okay. Everybody knew Crosby had a knee issue. I mean, that was sort of public knowledge going into the end of the season, because the Raiders shut him down and he said he could still play on it, which is what he wanted to do, and then worry about it after the season. I just think the opportunity fell in their lap is what it boiled down to. And they're trying to say, oh, well, we looked at getting both of them. No, you didn't. I think you were going to sign one. I think they just used the knee issue. It was an easy out for them to get their picks back, to get out of that deal, get basically the same player that's I think he's a year or two younger, Hendrickson.
I believe he is.
So it was a win-win for Baltimore. And was it shady? I don't think it's shady. It's just, that's the thing that I get with it. Like, it's not official until you sign that paper and you do the physical.
That's exactly it.
I don't know why any players do these farewell statements and all this other crap that they do. Once you sign the paper, then you say your farewell. You don't do it because they say, oh, we're planning to cut them on a future date, or we're planning to trade them, or no, you wait till the ink's dry before you do that kind of stuff.
Now, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Nothing was official until yesterday at 4:00, right?
Correct.
4:00 Eastern time.
Yeah,
correct.
So Donnie, you're spot on. I mean, I think that, and it's not unprecedented that moves have been changed before this. You hear it mostly coming from players that back out of deals, like free agent deals, to accept something else, and you don't hear it a lot with trades, but you reserve the right to do that. I mean, like, nothing's official until a physical happens. I mean, we've seen it in baseball with Carlos Correa, right? I mean, we thought he had a deal with the Mets, and that fell through because of a failed physical. We thought it was, what happened twice, right? So
yeah. Keep going. We'll come back to him.
We'll come back to that. Keep going.
We'll come back to that. Keep going.
Yeah. No. Anyways, so with Max Crosby, it wasn't official because they had multiple doctors look at it, and while maybe the one who did the surgery, I think it was Dr. Neil Atrachi that did the surgery, he said that he was off of crutches for a week, and so you can't. And there were conversations going on about not having the physical until later, where you can't do that. You got to have the physical right then and there.
Yep.
And the Ravens, basically, after they agreed to it, they when they saw the result of the physical, they didn't think it was worth the high draft capital they were going to give up. And you reserve that right until it's signed. And like you said, until it's signed, it's not done. Yeah. And now they've got a really good player in Hendrickson, and they still have their draft capital. So
yeah, and one of the things, there was a doctor that called into Dan Patrick today, and he was saying basically that until he actually came in and had a physical with the Ravens doctors, all they had to go on was an MRI. And he's like, there's things you can physically see in an actual physical that you can't see on an MRI. They could have looked at the MRI and been like, oh yeah, there's nothing nothing problematic here or nothing to worry about. And then he gets in there and a doctor puts his hands on him and starts twisting his knee around and sees some things or hears some things in there. It's like, so maybe we ought to rethink this. And I think Diana Rossini also had said in her reporting that them backing out of this wasn't so much about whether he'd be able to play in 2026. It was how far beyond 2026 would he be able to play? Like, are they spending all this money and all this draft capital for 1 or 2 years rather than 3 or 4 years worth of actual Max Crosby? So I think it's a little bit of they jumped the gun to start with. And then when Hendrickson was kind of still available, they sort of reevaluated it. Like you said, it's their right to do it. And they're like, you know what? We're gonna back out of this one and go to this one. I mean, there's been worse shady things in the NFL than that. So I think you're muted, Patrick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm glad that I was. I was saying, Mark, it doesn't take much to get me to stutter. So whether it's your comment or something else, it's usually my mind moving a mile a minute, but stuttering is one of my specialties.
So, okay, let's address this now. Go ahead.
Well, he's correct on me, so I'll just leave that at that. I'm
right
closer to 60
too.
than 50. I can tell him that.
Yeah. He's got it right with me.
I mean, he's 2 for
Virgil.
3.
Virgil.
Yeah.
How old do you think I am, Donnie?
I know how old you are.
Apparently you
How old
don't.
did you say he was?
Well, you are in the 30s.
Exactly.
So
it
he
still
is
counts.
right. He left out early or late, so he wasn't sure what side of the 30s you were on.
No,
so
he
I
is
guess you're right. He's
technically
spot
correct.
on.
He is technically correct.
But you're right.
That will
You're right.
change in about a few months, but that is technically correct.
Mark, you're the man. And by the way, what's with this bot?
I don't know.
Oh,
Did one of you guys order Donato's pizza recently?
I thought this said
Donato's
orthodontist.
pretty good pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
really
this
good
said the
pizza.
orthodontist. Anyways,
The
so
Ravens
sorry about the bots,
tampered?
everybody. Sorry about the bots. Holsinger, I am indeed.
I remember when I was in Columbus.
Oop. He remembered when he was in Columbus, and then he took off to Columbus.
There we go. No,
Yeah.
sorry. My screen froze when I was telling that story.
I love the dramatic effect, by the way.
What happened?
You said when I was in Columbus and then you left the screen. I was like, I love the pause for dramatic effect.
No, that's where it froze on me. That's why I did that. No, when I was in Columbus, they sold Donato's pizza there, and I was like, this is the best thing ever.
Oh, man. So Marcus guessed 34.
Wait, who's he guessing 34?
For you.
Me? I mean, if I shave, I'm probably like that.
So you could shave a couple of years off? Okay.
Yeah, I literally could, yes.
Well, Donnie, I guess I've joined you in the senior citizens department. I'm officially a grandpa.
There you go.
Right.
He's playing roulette now. He's just like picking numbers. Red 37.
Yeah, Ed, we're not talking about Ohio. We're talking about Georgia.
39 is the correct answer. All right, so well, speaking of 9, he's going to have a quarterback competition now with Kyler Murray coming to Minnesota. When we were talking about places he was probably going to land, this was not one of them I was thinking about at the time. But I guess with the recent woes of their quarterback situation, guess a little competition couldn't hurt. But it's only for 1 year. Just had it up. Dang it.
Well, the Veterans League minimum is what he's going to get. So, I mean,
1.3.
It's low risk to take a flyer on Murray for a year, and maybe you'll catch lightning in a bottle. So, Holsinger, yes, it does, but thankfully I can still get up. So,
Why not 40? Because I have to be the youngest of the group here. That's just how it works. I mean, if I'm 40, I'm the same age as them, and no, that's just excuse our demographics. I am capturing the under 40 demographic right now. Like once I turn 40, that's gone. It's over.
Well, we try to cover like the entire demographic that most sports leagues don't care about anymore. The 35 to 60, we kind of have that demographic covered because they only care about 18 to 34.
Yeah, so the 34 to 39, yeah, we got that. We got that locked in.
I am Zach.
Hey, Zach, both Patrick and Eric are in their 40s, just so you know.
Yeah, Eric's older than I am, though. Yeah. Do you bring a packed lunch being the youngest?
If we were doing a lunch show, I would probably start doing that. Yeah.
Mark, I am so glad that you get on here, my man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mark, did you say you're 45?
He did.
That's what I thought. By the way, Mark, I love Mark's banter. Mark's banter is proper good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he and Ed are pretty close together there at 45. So,
But yeah, with Murray moving to Minnesota, not really. I mean, I feel like he'll have better weapons with Jefferson on, at least for wide receiver. But I'm really not sure what to make of this. So I want to know what your guys' opinions are on this.
I mean, for me, it doesn't make any sense. Well, it does and doesn't. It makes sense that he would go there to be rehabilitated under Kevin O'Connell, but his style doesn't fit with JJ McCarthy. So why would you bring in a quarterback that's so to me, not polar opposite, but very different divergence out of style? So I don't know, unless Kevin O'Connell's just like giving up on JJ, and he may be close to doing that and saying, you know what, let's see what this style does with what I want to do, because apparently JJ McCarthy cannot run what Kevin McConnell wants to and can't stay healthy to do it.
It's the healthy part thing I was kind of more focused on, but then even that, I mean, Murray's been injured himself.
He has, and I mean, the thing is, there was a lot of speculation that Cousins might go back there. I mean, Cousins to me makes more sense as a backup to McCarthy style-wise and mentorship-wise than bringing in Kyler Murray, who could care less about preparation.
No, I think that this proves that Kevin O'Connell wanted someone all along. Like there were a lot of stories, but obviously with the GM in Minnesota leaving, that was the GM's decision to let Sam Darnold go. Well, we'll actually let both Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold go and be left with just JJ McCarthy. I think that was the case, that Kevin O'Connell actually did want veteran competition for him. And now I'm guessing that's what Kyler Murray is supposed to be.
Yep.
Donnie, I think it's a good point. I don't get the style difference either, unless you're just trying to have a completely different type of option to go to, and you just want to have a malleable offense to try to run different schemes. But I've never known Kevin O'Connell, while he's a good rehabilitator of quarterbacks, I've never known him to really like do two completely separate systems. Because to me, you've got a pocket passer in McCarthy, and you've got a runner in Kyler Murray. Now, he doesn't have the wheels he used to when he was in college, but he's still that kind of quarterback. He's supposed to be a mobile quarterback. That's why Arizona got him when they drafted him originally.
And he can still create on his feet. Murray can. I mean, he's gotten, when he was able to play, I mean, he was still able to scramble and get, 20 plus runs easily. But go ahead.
I was like, it's either going to spark JJ McCarthy to get his stuff together and try. And I mean, I don't know how he personally stays healthy, but he better find a way to stay healthy, whatever the issues are he's having that he can't get past. But it could be that he does that, or Kyler Murray comes in and takes his job. And maybe with better tutelage and a better team than he had in Arizona, maybe Kyler Murray ends up being better than we think. because I can't think of anybody that has a player similar to him that would bring him in as a backup. Several of them, it would be more of a threat to their own starter to do that, in my opinion. Because like the Eagles, he'd be a perfect stylistically backup there, but then it's all of a sudden, oh, well, is Hurts are we not gonna pay Hurts when his contract's up? Or it'd be a lot more BS going around about somebody like that. And back in the day with Fields, I mean, he'd have been a great backup to Fields, but I mean, they're both kind of the same. So I don't know. I don't know of another place that I could think of right now for him to land that would have been good as a backup situation. And he don't want to be a backup. He wants to be a starter. So,
well, I mean, if we're looking at quarterback with styles as him, there's two other teams I thought about. One was Tampa Bay with Mayfield, but there's no way. And then the other was the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. But again, I think that becomes almost like the team making an open threat to Bryce Young by bringing in somebody like that. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this. I would have thought with someone that's secure and absolutely secure in their job, with a coach that could possibly help rehabilitate him as well, Kansas City Chiefs as a backup to Mahomes would be a fantastic spot for him to land. Maybe he could learn something and become a better quarterback. Kind of the same thing Darnold and Daniel Jones did. Just kind of get a year of tutelage under somebody else like an Andy Reid, which is what he's going to get under O'Connell. Yeah. But going into that, you're not starting. There's no way you're starting.
No.
Virgil, don't tease me with that quarterback room. Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, Kenny Pickett, and Kyler Murray. That's for dreams.
There's Dalton trade rumors right now, so I'm curious where that's going to. What's going to come from
Kyler Murray would have been good in Cleveland too, by the way.
Yeah,
he would not have been good in Cleveland.
He would have been excellent in Cleveland.
See you later, Mark.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, and his missus joined to chill and listen to music, so we know what that's code for.
Mark, always thanks for joining, my man. Appreciate you. Listen, I think that would be Kyler's best career move at this point.
I would think so. Although, we can see how they do with the Vikings. Maybe,
I'd love to know what Eric Lichtenberg thinks about this.
That's actually the opinion of who I would like to hear from.
Yeah. I was going to say his opinion means more than mine. That's on this topic. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So next time he comes on and says something, we'll have to flag him down.
But
he may be out there. If you're out there, Lichtenberg, hop on chat and tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. Would love to know your thoughts.
Yep. So that is right now kind of where we're at with free agency. There are still some that are still available that have not signed yet.
Yeah. And I know we talked about free agents the other day, but Donnie, have you been happy with the Panthers' moves?
Absolutely. Every move they've made so far, I've been satisfied with.
I told you that Jalen Phillips move is one of the signings of the free agency period.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know how good he is, right? I mean, we saw how he finished up the season with the Eagles, but man, that's a heck of a signing. And the Panthers already had a good defense to begin with. And now you add Jalen Phillips to that. Man, that alone will keep you in games. Forget what Bryce Young and company do.
Well,
that's just going to keep you in games just doing that.
Well, I'm glad that they went out. They got John Minchie from the Jets, and he and Bryce Young were teammates at Alabama, so that gives him a familiar face on the offense. We re-signed Ian Thomas, tight end. Yep. So far, the only move I really – and I get it. The only move that I hate that the Panthers did was they let Dowdle go.
I was about to ask you about that.
That's the only thing that is the only thing that I cannot stand is that they let Rico Dowdle go.
So who does that leave for you to be the running back now?
Well, that leaves name is what right out of my head. The one he was injured last year. Frig.
I know who it is, but I know what Patrick's doing, so I'm not saying.
I know, and I'm
What?
not going to come up with it because my brain's not.
I actually
bringing
was
it up.
hoping that you were pretending to forget it, so that way I couldn't do it. So
No.
I was gonna
That's
say,
so true.
well played to you, good sir. Well played to you.
I'm not giving you the satisfaction. How about that?
That's okay. Well, I thought you were doing that on purpose, and I was going to say
Absolutely not. I could not draw the name out, but
no. I said you were one step ahead, so well done, good sir.
So do we see Carolina probably getting a running back probably late in the draft then?
I hope they do. I hope they draft a young running back to bring in, and because they need. I mean, the 2-back system was working okay, I guess. To me, they just went with the wrong one. Once what's the name? Give me the name.
Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard. God,
Go Pokes.
just get it out of the way. I don't know why Chuba Hubbard's name was not coming to my brain, but when they brought Chuba back from injury and they just started giving him more work, it really just, to me, it changed the dynamic of the team down the stretch. And I think if they had just stuck with Dowdle, but they got a lot of money invested in Chuba. So I get that. But I think if they can bring in a young running back, once his contract's up, they'll move on from him.
But I didn't really get Rico Dowdle's move either.
Yeah, him going to the Steelers kind of, because especially, I mean, if he was looking for starting time, Steelers isn't really. I mean, he'll be in a split situation.
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of Greenwell, so
yeah, Gainwell's gone.
Or Gainwell, excuse me, Gainwell.
Yeah, and I mean they can still do it. But they're still doing a split. If he's okay with the split, that's fine. But he's not going to be your number one starter, in my opinion, because Warren's kind of established on that team.
Yeah. Do you think that the Steelers are trying to change what they used to do with Le'Veon Bell, where they just ran him into the ground?
I think so.
I mean, shoot, but they weren't even the ones that suffered from that. The Jets were.
Well,
because Le'Veon Bell was run so much, and then he got that huge deal from the Jets, and in typical Jets fashion, someone doesn't come through and play for them. So,
well, I mean, everything the Steelers do now is different because Tomlin's not there. So it's McCarthy. It's a whole new era. So whatever they were doing is not what they're going to be doing.
Virgil, honestly, I thought Donnie was about to say McTominay, and I'm like, excuse me?
If I start doing that, y'all.
No, well, sorry.
Y'all call in a wellness check.
No,
my brain's starting to.
No, Donnie. For context, it's a random soccer player that plays for Napoli and used to play for Manchester United. And whenever I hear something that sounds something like that, I randomly go to a person that no one else on this earth would go to. So that's not you. That's more of a me problem. For context.
I got you.
So yeah, we still have some names out for that would not have been signed yet as free agents. So we talked about Tyreek Hill already. Aaron Rodgers still there, so he is not signed yet for Pittsburgh. So right now,
but I've got a little wrench in that one. What if Aaron Rodgers goes to Cleveland?
Not.
I think Ed's head would
still
explode.
happen, folks.
Ed's head would explode if that happened.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Rodgers is just doing what Rodgers does, which is he's not worried about that right now. He's doing whatever. He's in a dark room, or he's.
I was gonna say he's keeping us in the dark like his retreats.
Exactly. He's on a darkness retreat, or he's on a mountainside somewhere, or who knows what.
So I know we talked about Hendrickson already, and I know that he signed with the Ravens, but there were reports that the Colts were in on him and thought they had a deal with him. So I was crestfallen when I saw he signed with the Ravens. I was like, man, I would have loved to have added Hendrickson to the Colts defense.
I'm surprised they have money after signing Pierce and Jones on their deals.
Well, they also traded Pittman.
Well, that's true. Pittman is part of that. Yes.
Yeah. The Pittman trade helped with the Pierce move.
That is true.
And I think they can do that because with Daniel Jones, they obviously had him on the transition tag, right? Which is set in stone. You can't really move cap money around when you have that tag on. But because they signed into a 2-year extension, they can mess with the money to get under the cap or to get more cap space when you're on a multi-year contract.
Right.
So, because you know how people are always restructuring contracts for all of their players to try to create cap room. Why do you think the Cowboys sign players to multi-year deals all the time? Because Jerry needs to make a splash every year and he fails at it every year.
Well, Cleveland restructured Deshaun Watson's contract, so they're trying to make some moves too.
Well, they tried to bring back Jameis Winston, but he already said I had to go be a national treasure somewhere else.
Right.
So then they signed Bailey Zappi to a lucrative extension, I'm sure, because the Browns need Bailey Zappi. So Ed's going to fire me after this show, by the way.
I think he's already texting me to do that.
By the way, Donnie, do you have your red card available?
Of course.
So another notable name, this is the last one we'll talk about for NFL. Stephon Diggs.
Oof.
We know he's had his off. Sorry, I can't take it seriously when he's just a picture. But there, now you're back. We know he's had his off-season issues, but he was a wide receiver with Patriots. Actually, had somewhat of a decent outing this year. Does he get picked up by someone?
Yeah, I mean, I think he still has the skill set. It's a matter of what city he wants to have children in.
I'm sure
if he goes somewhere. If he goes somewhere, I don't see it being into a contender. I could see like the Jets or the Saints or someone like that picking him up, just because he does have a skill set. But I don't see one of the top teams that's making the playoffs wanting to pick him up unless there's an injury to one of your top 2 or 3 targets and he's willing to accept like a 1 year low guarantee deal, which I don't know that Stephon Diggs is ready to do that yet.
There's 2 teams that have done this numerous times that I could certainly see bringing in the baggage.
I want to see if we had the same idea. Who are you going?
2 teams that come to mind that do this on a regular basis are Kansas City and Baltimore. I can see either one of them bringing him in.
I was going to go Eagles.
That's another one. If AJ Brown goes somewhere else, that could definitely be a landing spot too.
And this is not going to happen because they already spent most of their cap on wide receivers, but the Bengals.
Yeah.
Because the Bengals have taken 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th chances on guys.
Yeah, sorry, Holsinger, but the Bengals are just too damn cheap to bring in good people.
Well, no, I'm just saying
because they spent all their money on Joe, and they don't. And I should back off of that because they did pay their receivers. Yeah, but they're
Higgins.
But they're too cheap to bring in other pieces, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well,
I was thinking.
Look at their defense. See their defense. Sorry, Virgil.
I was thinking Kansas City, Miami.
Miami's a good call. Yeah. I think Miami made a great move, and I know that Prophet mentioned Miami, but let's get past that. I think Malik Willis is a perfect fit for Jeff Hafley in Miami, and he does need weapons. But the other move that I've just been like trying to wrap my mind around, and Virgil, you and I talked about this on Tuesday, is Geno Smith back with the Jets. But I saw a tweet today that made me laugh because the sad part is it's probably true that Geno Smith is probably the best quarterback that the Jets have had since Geno Smith.
Which means a really, really
it's a very low bar.
New York Jets problem to have.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that probably Aaron Rodgers would probably surpass that as ordinary as he was. But then again, I don't know. He didn't, he only played like 1 snap the first year, and then he, was not really good the second year. So it could be.
Hold on. No, sorry. Continue talking. I think a new identity just broke.
Yeah, Eric just. Yep.
Let me find some information on that. Continue talking.
No, but it's just crazy about Geno Smith. And when I saw that tweet today, I'm like, I was laughing hard first of all, but then the second one is, man, I got a long time till then, Holsinger. Put some respect on my name. No, I'm kidding.
You're almost 50.
I'm almost 50.
You just climbed into the 40s. He's already putting you in the 50s.
Well, I think he's also defending you because I give you such a hard time about your age. So this is karma coming back at me. So it is deserved, Donnie.
Okay.
So this is karma coming back and telling me karma's a you know what, because we're a family show. I can't use that kind of word. So karma's a you know what, and this is me having to pay for it. So
I mean, I'm surprised. Yeah, go ahead.
Holsinger's keeping me honest.
I'm surprised that the Jets bringing him back in, to be honest, with all the just the craziness they've had at that position the last few years. It's like, what are you doing, guys?
Okay, so we do have a new Copa identity.
Clemson's about to get 10 run by Georgia Tech.
Well, listen, I'm about to call my own team out. At least you didn't lose 2 or 3 to Sacramento State.
I mean, we still have to bat in the bottom of the 7th coming up, but if we don't score anything, it's over.
I call out my own team when I have to.
So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say we do not have really anything shop-wise. I am trying to find if there's any logos anywhere else. But El Paso is debuting. Patrick, I'm going to have you attempt that because I know I'm going to be laughed at if I try.
I'm no Ed, but I'm going to say the Matachines.
That works.
Better than I could have come up with.
And
so what do you
Zach, you can tell me how awful that was because I know you speak Spanish. So I was going to go Matachines.
So initial thoughts on this?
I kind of like it, honestly. Now,
I mean, if somebody's going to come up with
I have a soft spot for the margaritas, obviously, but I appreciate that they have tried to go into, into like, Latinx culture and come up with something. So I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like that they've gone into something that's more cultural.
It's El Paso, Chihuahua's Holsinger. Sorry, Donnie. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a cool logo. I mean, he's holding the baseball and he's got the bat kind of as this little other thing in his hand here. I mean, this is cool. I think it's very cool from the first look. I mean, it's indigenous to that area and it's a traditional ceremonial dancer. So it's not too goofy looking. It's very classical looking for what it is.
Yeah. And I like the connection between El Paso and Juarez.
Yeah.
I think I like the connection between the two cities or ciudad. So Ciudad de Juarez.
Currently, there's no merch. That's saying, like I said, this is fresh off the presses from what I've been told.
Yeah. Well, and March is always the time that Copa gets released. I mean, it's usually about mid-March that minor league baseball announces all the new or updated identities for the Copa program all at one time. But the last couple of years, they've had individual teams coming out with it. But I know there's been years where they just released them all at once. And so I think over the next week or two at the latest, I think we're going to see most of the new ones, if not all. So some of the heavy hitters, I think they let them identify it first, and then they'll unveil all of them. I think probably within the next few weeks would be my guess. I don't know that, but that's my guess.
Yeah, I'll be curious what other teams are out there. I'm not aware of any new teases.
Yeah. Holsinger, they haven't released anything yet, but Donnie, I'm sure will have a hat as soon as they do.
Me? I think you're talking about yourself.
Me?
Yeah, can't wait to see what kind of color scheme they have.
Did you pre-order the Bombers today?
I did not.
Okay.
I want to, but I can't order hats right now. So I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I will be texting you.
I haven't either yet, but
seriously.
I did tell Rhonda I was going to go down there before 5:00 tomorrow and see what's in store in person.
Yeah,
I want to check it out.
As I said, I'm going to be texting you.
Jump over to World Baseball Classic real quick. Like I said, I really wanted to get Ed and Eric involved in this conversation, so I'm sorry we haven't really dished out much on this yet.
They don't care about this show.
I know, but they've actually went. I just wanted to hear about their opinions. But Italy 4-0. How many of you guys saw that coming?
Not me.
Well,
Not me.
the part that in our group chat, I thought the part that was funny is that Ed was goading on Eric about Vinny Pasquantino's done nothing, and then all of a sudden, then comes the Italy USA game, and he gets two bombs. Did he hit three?
He got three. He hit
He
three.
got three. Oh my gosh! Well,
He
like,
had the hat
put it
trick
this way,
last night.
And then as he should have, and well done, Vinny Pasquantino, for this, by the way, when he said, "You're welcome, USA." I'm like, you're darn right, because Mark DeRosa doesn't know how to, doesn't understand the rules of the WBC. Like, I'm like, how are you the manager of the USA team and you don't understand how all this works? You can call it banter, you can call it whatever, but when you're in the official capacity, you can't go on there and mess around.
I mean, to be fair, like, I thought there was a rule that if it goes a certain way, that Duke gets into the conference championship. So I mean, like, it's weird like that.
Or that somehow Clemson has a divine right to be in the national title game every year because of Dabo. There it is.
But no, I mean, with the tiebreaker rules, like, I kind of understand why there's confusion, but at the same time, it's like you can't say that in public. Like, like I have to do, like, in some meetings, like if it's like very high level stuff, you have to fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was embarrassing for Team USA to do that. And listen, I know you can make mistakes. I'm not saying you can't, but like, to be going on there for the reason to be on that you're on with buddies and you're coming up with that to me isn't a good enough reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. And he said he didn't mean it. I'm like, well, I think you were being presumptuous that you were just going to go through. And it's like, know your rules, or, watch. You have to be careful about what you say.
Yeah.
So, last thing on World Baseball Classic I want to talk about, since I know this came up too a lot. Randy Rosarena and Kyle Raleigh, the handshake. Fair, foul?
I mean, I didn't see what either one of them said about it, so I don't know. Did either one of them actually address it? Because I haven't seen any comments.
Well, I saw that Rosarena was being interviewed, but I thought maybe they were joking around. Was this not a joke thing? Like, this is a legit beef?
That's why I was asking if either one commented.
Because when I read about that, because I thought the language barrier was kind of like a thing about, like, were they really, or was he joking? Because, obviously Randy Rosarena is being interviewed in Spanish, and it's like, yeah.
Raleigh is downplaying it, saying that there's no beef, but Rosarena apparently is not happy with it. But then again, that also could be banter versus language barrier.
Well, I'm legitimately asking because I have no clue.
Well, I'll just say this. I'm surprised at Cal Raleigh not just be like, put your glove up there and just give him like a little glove fist bump. Like, why would you not? He's a teammate of yours. I mean,
yeah. Well, and
this day and age and the way these players cross teams and I mean, like, this isn't, freaking Bill Laimbeer and Michael Jordan. Like, come on, or Isaiah and Michael Jordan, I guess, probably a better example.
Exactly.
But
yeah, exactly the point that I was going to make. Like, there was a day and time where it's kind of like, and I feel like this is across sports and entertainment. Like, Virgil, you understand this with wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a time where there were unwritten rules about stuff you didn't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If, like, when you hit that field, you were enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the mentality in the 80s and 90s and even into the early 2000s. But now guys are joking immediately after games, which rubs some people the wrong way.
Well, that's the thing. It happens a lot now that they aren't, quote,
right,
enemies, and people get bothered by that. So.
Right. So I think we've become desensitized to this, competition or bust thing that we have, that it's okay to be friends, or at least, still compete, but you can do, like you said, like a muted response, like a fist bump. And I don't think anyone's going to be bent out of shape about that. Now, if
he was already sitting down there, had the glove there. Yeah. Like, all you do is just be like, just.
And that happens in major league games all the time. Like guys come back and it's like, I know in Blue Jays games, I can attest to that firsthand from watching them. I mean, when Danny Jansen came back, he's having conversations with Alejandro Kirk behind the plate. I mean, but then when it's time for him to get in the batter's box, it's down to business. He's there to punish the pitcher and make sure that he hits a home run or drives in a runner for the team that he's playing for now.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you see guys get down to first base, they're chatting it up with the first baseman.
Yeah.
They slide into second, they steal second base, and then they're like laughing with the shortstop, like, yeah, you almost got me kind of thing.
Well, when Bo Bichette plays the Blue Jays for the first time as a New York Met, they're still gonna acknowledge him. I mean, Bo and Vlad didn't all of a sudden stop being friends just because he left to go play for the Mets.
Right.
That was a business decision, and he's there. And I get the WBC is representing your country. I get that, but still, it's still a baseball game, and you can still proudly represent your country and give a fist bump. So I don't think it's un-American to do that. If it's Cal or where is Rosarena? Was that what team is he? Is that Mexico?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like against Mexican culture to do that either. I mean, it's your family.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to be teammates the rest of this season. So
yeah,
why would you even spark that up by doing that? I don't get it.
And if I'm Dan Wilson, I nip that in the bud as soon as they come back.
You got that right.
Yeah. Like Dan Wilson, it's like we're all sitting down as a team and we're going to iron all this out, or I'm going to get you two in my office and we're going to hash this out. If you need to yell at each other, get all the business out of the way.
Yeah.
We'll see if anything comes from that. Like I said, it could be all one big misunderstanding. We'll see. Just a quick note in college basketball. Congratulations to Idaho Vandals, Lehigh Mountain Hawks, and McNeese State Cowboys for making the NCAA tournament. And way to go, Miami of Ohio, for losing your first game in the MAC tournament against UMass, bringing clearly probably 3 more days of toxic college basketball talk. Thank you for that.
They lost in the first round?
They lost in the first round. They go undefeated. Yeah, they go undefeated in the regular season, and they lose in the first round to UMass. Frank Martin's UMass.
Wow.
And UMass, I'm sorry, with all due respect to Frank Martin, wasn't he the one at Missouri?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
I thought he was at Missouri too before that. Anyways, Kansas State? Okay.
Kansas State.
Well, anyways, Kansas State, you don't say. Imagine you saying Kansas State. Funny. Anyways, UMass to me hasn't been relevant since John Calipari was there. So, and Marcus Camby.
I was going to say Camby too.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Calipari's time because of Camby.
Yeah.
Like, let's face it. But, did Auburn win the SEC tournament, or are they winning?
They beat Tennessee, so they move on to the next round. So
we're still early in the conference tournament.
Oh yeah, this is like the second or third. Well,
they will be playing
third day.
Yeah, they're playing the third day. I almost said quarterfinals. I don't know if that's right.
So is Virginia Commonwealth University in the tournament yet?
I think they are still playing.
I'm going for all the old mid majors that used to make Cinderella runs that aren't really Cinderellas anymore. Like, I hate to say it, Wichita State used to be one of those. Shocker. And then like Gonzaga. I'll never forget when Gonzaga made their Cinderella run when they were still considered like not a mid major, but like an unlikely team to make it. Now they're like every year. But can we appreciate how good of a coach Mark Few is?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, talk about a guy that I feel like a lot of college basketball people take for granted. Mark Few, I know he almost left several years ago to take another job, but then he decided not to.
VCU will be playing in the quarterfinal against Duquesne.
Ooh, against Kane?
No, Duquesne.
Oh, okay.
Not the mayor of Knox County, Kane.
Remind me to talk to you after the show. Anyways,
I've already know you've met him. We've talked about that.
Just saw him again, by the way.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll talk about that then.
I'll have to tell you about that.
Okay.
Anyways, it was but yeah, I think Mark Few is so good, and then a big dismissal today too, by the way, in college basketball. Did you hear about that? Bobby Hurley is not being brought back as Arizona State's head coach.
Yeah.
When you said big, I was
years.
not thinking Arizona State, so I apologize.
Forks up.
Don't latch yourself onto like a 7th or 8th school here. What are you talking about? Come on.
You what? Forks up. No. I mean, listen, the only new school I'm attached to is Virgil's beloved Oklahoma State. Go Pokes.
Who lost yesterday to TCU for a 3rd time, so I am not happy about that. By the way, and Alabama A&M still in the tournament, so that's good.
There you go.
Currently in the semifinals after being Texas Southern.
How's Clemson doing in the ACC tournament, Donnie?
Do what?
How is Clemson doing in the ACC tournament?
They won last night over Wake Forest. They play North Carolina in about 4 minutes here coming up.
Oh, well, good. Dabo's already paid off the refs, so you should be good.
So, also,
11 minutes and 24 seconds now to tip off.
Are we rating teams tonight?
We are because we're gonna. Since there's only 3 of us, we're gonna be able to blow through a lot of those.
I was gonna say, in other words, Holzinger's telling me to shut up.
So, also,
if we're gonna blow through it, you need to. No, just kidding.
So, Eric, we have some opinions real quick on the new logo. Eric says he does not like it.
Of course, he doesn't.
No. But before we go over, so we're going to go over South Atlantic League tonight. But before we do that,
nice try.
Let's go over, Patrick. I know you're not frozen. I can see you breathing. Let's go over the Midwest. And man, this one was interesting to calculate because, and I told Patrick this earlier, nobody had the same number 1 team.
Oh, wow.
Out of the 5 of us. So here we go. At last place, with 7 points, South Bend. At second to last, 18th points, at 8 points, Dayton. So 2 people had Dayton last, and everyone else had South Bend last. And then
I went back and forth on that. I'll be honest. I was back and forth with both of those.
I picked Dayton last because really with the potential of having, they have the aviation stuff to go off of with Dayton Flyers and all that, and they have really not done anything. I just think it's a big miss.
When your one alternate identity is Gem City and it looks exactly like your home hat, that's not an alternate identity.
Yeah. And at least South Bend has a Copa.
And my reasoning for the Cubs was because it's the Cubs.
That was the one deciding factor for me because I put South Bend last.
That's the sole reason I put them last. I was like, okay,
even though I like that Cub, that Bear Cub logo that they have, but it's just the fact that at least Dayton has its own identity.
Right. That's the only reason they were 1 notch ahead for me.
Yep.
Okay, so we go. So that was 8 points with Dayton, right? So our next one, 24 points. Peoria.
Ooh.
Then next I thought that one was a little harsh, but
that is harsh. I had Peoria way up my list.
You had Peoria kind of middle of your list. You and I had Peoria at the same place, but we were also the 2 highest people with Peoria.
Yeah, because this is where I
shared Peoria. A ranking with the GOAT. I'm so happy.
You're not there's not the only ranking. There's another ranking we'll get to later.
I'm so excited.
At Cedar Rapids. 30. Then now we have a tie for 33 points. Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and Lake County Captains, which was Ed's number 1.
Lake County Captains?
Yes.
Homer.
37. That's at 37 points. Great Lakes Loons.
Really? Wow. I thought that would have been higher.
What's with the disrespect to the Great Lakes Loons?
I know. I thought the Great Lakes Loons would have been higher overall.
There is one here I don't completely agree with, but a lot of people ranked a lot higher than I did.
Because I had Great Lakes second, by the way. Just
you did
transparency.
39 points. This will be 5th place. Lansing Lugnuts.
Oh, no. No.
which was Patrick's number one, as you can tell. This is the one I do not agree with. I have major problem with this one being as high as it is.
What, the
Fourth
Lugnuts?
place at 40 points, City River Bandits.
May I ask a question? So
Go ahead.
the one you disagree with is the River Bandits or the Lugnuts?
The River Bandits.
Okay. Because, oh, man. Yeah, I agree with you. The River Bandits, I guess it's mid on my list, but it was like toward the bottom.
Mine was 10th place.
Yeah.
See, I had Quad Cities third.
See, mine was 8th.
Yeah. Donnie and Ed had them third. Eric had them first.
Well,
so that leaves 3 teams left, and there was a tie for second place at 45 points. Fort Wayne 10 Caps and the West Michigan Whitecaps. So that means, and West Michigan, no one had Fort Wayne as their number one. I had West Michigan as my number one. Fort Wayne, I think no one had them below 8th or had them below 5th. So they were pretty much high on everybody's, which leaves number one at 47 points, winning by 2 points, Beloit Skycarp. Can't complain about that one.
no, I had Beloit second on my list, and I almost made them one. It was very close. I went with the history of the Lugnuts, kind of put it over the top for me. And I love, and for me personally, they were a Blue Jays affiliate for so many years. So there was that, but also Luggy the Lugnut. I love Luggy.
Yeah, that's there. This one was some surprises. The bottom ones, of course, didn't surprise me. I thought Peoria was way underrated. I thought QC was way overrated.
Yeah.
A little surprised by Great Lakes, a little bit, and maybe Wisconsin. Timber Rattlers finishing where they did, but this was a stacked group, so this was not an easy one.
It was.
And for me, like 3, 4, 5, and 6 for me were sort of interchangeable. I just kind of put them. I mean, it was almost like, 3 A, B, C, and D.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I probably put Quad Cities a little higher just because of their connection to the Fireflies players moving up there and a little bit.
Yeah.
I toyed between them and Fort Wayne actually in that 3rd, 4th spot.
Oh.
Unlike Patrick, I did have Lansing down at 6, but I could have had them as high as 3rd as well. I just felt like that's kind of where they fit for me. So,
well, it's a good thing that Biloxi wasn't in here because we know that Donnie would have had them last because he hates king cakes.
I did not have them last when we did that.
So you ready?
You hate king cakes and you hate the state of Mississippi. So
are you guys ready to look at the team stores for the South Atlantic League?
All right, ready. Let's go.
So here are the teams that we will be looking at. We've got the Asheville Taurus, the Bowling Green Hot Rods, the Brooklyn Cyclones, the Frederick Keys, welcome back, the Greensboro Grasshoppers, Greenville Drive, Hub City Spartanburgers, Hudson Valley Renegades, Jersey Shore Blue Claws, Rome Emperors, Wilmington Blue Rocks, and the Winston-Salem Dash.
To me, there's some heavy hitters in this one, too.
There are some heavy hitters in this. But
maybe not top to bottom as many as the Midwest League, but plenty.
But first, we are going to start with Asheville Taurus.
Speaking of heavy hitters.
I'm already going to predict this is going to be somebody's number one and not even mine.
Oh, easily.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I've got in my mind who that's going to be.
Yeah. And before we begin, I will say this. I do not have a number one yet in this. Usually I kind of have a preconceived idea heading into this, what it's going to be. I do not have one for this yet.
And while we're on this, I know we haven't gotten to it yet, but what do you think of the refreshed look for the renovated stadium, like as far as the hats are concerned?
I like it.
I do too. I love the new one with the A on it. I like the color, the colorway on it.
Yeah. I've asked Donnie if he would join me at a game this season, and he said no.
So, I did not. I actually have a couple of dates penciled in as a possibility.
I tried to ask if you wanted to go with me, and you said absolutely not. So
I don't remember seeing what dates you wanted me to go.
That's okay. I'd only cried a little bit.
Well, tell me, and I'll maybe I'll change my mind if I know what the date is.
So what do you guys think about these hats?
I love that.
I love them.
I love the Beer City.
Can I give a shout out to Ryan Foose again, because
Absolutely.
my man crushed that Beer City logo, by the way.
Road cap is fantastic. Road cap.
And the road cap used to be it used to be like a fashion hat when it first came out, but it was also a batting practice hat.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Foose, did you guys see the Dunedin thing he did?
Yes.
I did not.
That was such a huge miss. I'm surprised that fell through.
Well, did you see what I said, Virgil? I said I'm a Jays fan, but I said they missed out on an opportunity with that one. That is a fire logo. Donnie,
on Ryan Foose's Instagram, he unveiled a project he was working on for the Dunedin Blue Jays called the Dunedin Pipers. And it has like a logo mock-up and everything, and I thought it was really, really well done.
Bro, they look sharp. And again, I say that as a Jays fan, and you know how much I love my Blue Jays. But man,
I like the version of this hat.
Yeah, that's a win. They actually had one in a very. They used to wear a version of that several years ago, and then they went away with it. Now they kind of brought it back with a twist.
Let's see if hippies have anything. Oh, they've got the jersey. They don't really have any hippies hats to look at.
But I'll tell you this: I love that hippies hat they come out with every year. There's always something cool about it.
So funny enough, they do not have Snot Otter stuff at all. But that is a team to kind of remember, or identity.
Hey guys, did you know that Ed hates pullover jerseys?
I've heard that many times.
Okay. Donnie, have you heard that too?
Yes.
Donnie's going to agree with it, and then he's going to sell me out at the end of this.
So this is a real
good thing we have politicians like distinguished town councilman Mike Ward of the great town of Irmo, South Carolina, by the way.
So yeah, very established.
We love you, esteemed councilman.
Very established brand. I said really have no misses in their lineups and their identities. But the next one we're gonna jump around. We're not gonna do alphabetically. I'm gonna pick a random one here.
By the way, the Pipers I just pulled up is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I already told him that. I said,
they
mucked up by not going with that. I think it probably had a whole lot to do with COVID, with the timing of it, and then everyone got cold feet with a lot of things around that time. So,
yeah.
Next team we're going to look at is the Greenville Drive.
Okay.
So start with hats here.
Not as good as the Bombers. Nope. Listen, I don't want to do any spoilers, but I do have an idea of a few that are going to be near the bottom for me.
Do they not? Okay, hold on. Well, they're already losing points. I can't find a freaking regular Greenville Drive hat.
There you go. Well, that's
not even what I was looking for.
It's a 940, but
that's at least the logo on the hats. I haven't been on their site in a while, so I don't know how
they've got a lot of hats, but like with nothing.
They got a lot of variations.
Got a lot of variation.
Is that one of the drippy ones?
Yeah.
Oh, they were doing that with MLB logos, like the drippy Pirates hat and all, and it was like it looked like snot or mucus, and I was like, who thinks this is nice?
Oh my gosh, there we go. Now we finally have one.
There it is. For years they only sold low crown hats, and it used to drive me insane.
I have a low crown one that I bought just out of frustration because there's nothing else there. So
I hate the low crowns. I am sorry. For anyone that likes them, like what you like. But man,
I love a low crown.
And see, this is the thing. Like, I love that area. I like that ballpark. I like Greenville as a whole. But the drive just seems like they're lacking in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, to me, they're screaming for a logo refresh.
Yeah. I do like their coat.
Donnie, has this been the logo that they've had since they switched to the Greenville Bombers?
Yes. Because they only kept the Bombers because they they weren't ready to put their new identity out until the stadium opened.
But they didn't have a logo prior to this one for the drive,
No,
did they?
that's the only drive logo they've had.
They need a refresh because how long have they been the drive now? When did the
20 seasons?
Yeah, for their 20th anniversary, they should have done a brand new one.
This is their 20th because the 2006 was their season 1.
Well, listen, they need to have a 21st anniversary edition.
Or actually, last year maybe was their 20th. I guess how that works.
Whatever year this is, they need to have an anniversary edition, and that's what they need to do. The black spinners, yep. And the thing is, when I know they've done different identities, and they had the Ranas de Rio, but they use that G, they use that Bostonified G way too much. The old English G.
Yeah.
They use it for everything. I think it looks sharp on the dark green, like Fenway green hat. To me, that's the best hat they have by far.
Yeah.
But I don't like that they use it also for the black spinners and that they do it, everything else. I'm like, it's too married to the Red Sox. And I know baseball purists would say that's what makes it strong. But I would argue that the regular hats they wear have nothing to do with Boston other than the red and the navy.
I think that philosophy of it looks strong because it's like your parent club. It's kind of a dying thought. I think now it's more about uniqueness, especially something that's kind of locality. And I don't think Greenville currently has that.
Well, I know that Donnie knows basically everybody over there, so I'm going to let him work his magic.
I don't know anybody at the drive.
Yeah, you do. Does esteemed town councilman Mike Ward of the great town of Irmo know anybody over there?
Nope.
But even after saying that,
he might. He's an esteemed town councilman, so he very well might.
He might.
I still do like the area, like for a ball game.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just wish
esteemed town councilman.
I just wish that I get why they did the drive, and I don't know. I guess I thought for a while they would get off of that to something new. Maybe they will at some point. I've never liked that name. I get why they have it. Still doesn't mean I like it. It's just to me it seems like a dumb name.
Do you think they have the drive to change their logo?
No, they do not, or they would have.
Okay.
So the next team we'll be looking at.
He's like, get me off of this team.
Are the Greensboro Grasshoppers? Well, no, we're trying to do a little abridged version here.
Yeah. Do you guys like this? Do you guys like this logo update from what they had before?
I like the full grasshopper logo they had on their alternate hats. See, I like the old one more.
I was a little creeped out by the old one. I kind of like this one.
I like the new one.
Yeah.
I kind of am, either way, but
yeah. The old one looked dated and it creeped me out a little bit. I don't know why. I can't explain or justify it. It just creeped me out a little bit. So I kind of like this one. I really like. I'm not a letters guy, but this is one of my favorite batting practice hats. Number one, because it's orange.
Yeah.
Number two, because of the G and the green like that. I freaking love that.
The blade of grass hat. G. I love this. I love
this one like that. To me is their best hat.
Yeah.
And it's not close for me. And that's weird coming from a guy who likes character logos. But
when it comes to Greensboro, this is it. There's no Copa. There's no.
They had one of the worst Marvel logos I have ever seen. It was like it was like the OKC Dodgers bad.
Okay, but
what about this one down there with the G? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This is a hill I'm gonna have to die on. I am probably the only person who actually likes the Oklahoma City Copa, or not Copa, the Oklahoma City Marvel.
Well, you're the only one that I've met. I'll put it that way.
Because it's a Captain America shield with bricks on it because it stands for Bricktown, where the ballpark actually
is. That what that's supposed to be?
Yes, it's Captain America shield, but with bricks.
Oh my gosh! Well, then listen. I at least have a shred of respect for it now. But because I thought someone was just lazy and they said, we're going to put the state of Oklahoma around some bricks. I got the Bricktown part.
Yeah.
I was like, this is almost like someone didn't want to turn in an assignment and they turned it. They started their assignment like 30 seconds from the due date time. And then they turned it in.
The right back, go back right there. That middle trucker one with the G. See, I kind of like that logo a little bit too. That's an old school one too.
Man,
Yeah, this is the one I have on my hat.
Donnie, you would like something, the old logo, because it has old in it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah, there you go, right there.
Yeah, I actually have that one on a fitted. I've got
Same. I really should have gotten. I'm surprised they still have some of the old logos. I may have to get this one. Oh, never mind. It's not on my side.
You ain't squeezing your head in that one.
Nope. Not even when I cut my hair.
Listen, America doesn't want that, Virgil. I've got 128,175 reasons that you should keep that hair.
You're gonna have to add another number to that, I think.
I do actually. I just don't remember what the other digits are.
And Greensboro jerseys, they're all right. Nothing really to talk about
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they're just classic look.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all the same, either Grasshoppers or Greensboro across them. So
Next team we're looking at is going to be the Brooklyn Cyclones. Another kind of, they have three hats and really not what to look off there. Kind of another place where the name has a lot of brand power to it, I would think.
Yeah. I say bring back the Queens Kings.
Oh, we have no jerseys.
No. I like the full logo of the Cyclones. I like the full logo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it shows Coney Island, but
Yeah.
and it shows the roller coaster. But
so that's it for Brooklyn Cyclones.
yeah. Well, what I like for them, and I actually like their home hat if they're going to have that BC.
Yeah.
I like the colors they use for the B and the C.
Next team we're going to look at probably another contender in this group, Winston-Salem Dash.
Hmm.
Depends who you ask. So the question is, how long will it take me to get to a Winston-Salem Dash hat before going through all the identities that they have?
That's the strength of this team, not their home. And I would say that's the strength of this team is their alternate identity is not the home hat.
See, the thing with the home hat, I wish they still, and I wonder if I can find a picture of it. If they still had the running baseball, I still think that was their best logo, and they should have.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Now, what do you think of this Sunday hat that they have there, Virgil?
This one?
Yeah, the tritone.
I don't hate it.
It's got purple in it, but is it the right shade of Virgil purple?
It's little. What?
It's a low profile, but they don't have my size. I was about to say I might grab that.
I guess what I want to know is that purple Virgilized?
It's a little light, a little more lilac-y on that side. I would still wear it. Yeah. But like I said, it doesn't go with anything I've got on my purple stuff.
By the way, everyone, there's that's actually tonight's word. It's Virgilized, and the definition, if you is that something becomes goated when it's Virgilized.
Yeah, put that in the chat and see what happens. See what they say to that.
Fantastic.
Do they still have? Go ahead.
So we do have the alternate identities. We've got the Reapers. We've got the Hype Pins. We got the Hooch Pooches. These are the ones that there's more that we don't have seen. We got the Italian Beef, which, by the way, did not make the food tournament because I forgot about them. And then
still wouldn't have won.
They still wouldn't have won, but still. And then there's their Copa. So a lot of good identities.
El Humo.
There's a lot of good identities, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but there's also such thing as too many identities.
Do they not have the one with the hyphen on it?
I haven't seen. No, I don't see the hyphen.
No, they do under their sales, I think.
We'll look at sales. There is the Tobacco Beetles too. We did not talk about.
The Tobacco Beetles is good. But yeah, if you look in
Tobacco Beetles,
you look in clearance, I think they're there because they've had them. And if you search for it too, you can find it.
Okay.
I even got a Warthogs hat. Ooh, beef, baseball.
Yep. But like I said, maybe they've changed that since I last was on the store, but that's at least what they had at one point.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, type in
they got Warthogs though.
Yeah. Type in
there's one.
There's one of them.
So 920.
But they also have the 5950, or they did. And they still had like a full size run.
There's no 59.50.
Well, was it?
I put hyphens and see what comes
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, put in hyphens and see what happens. Because sometimes when they put these things on the website, it doesn't show everything. But maybe it does in this one.
So-
Well, I guess
So
they
quick,
do.
quick little story. I won't go long on this, but I saw something with that somebody who was it that posted it? Eric Kimry posted something when Lou Holtz passed away last week. It was a story about Lou Holtz, and it made me think about getting this hat because he was talking about when you're at someone's funeral and you see the headstone, you see the day they were born, the day they died. And people tend to focus on that too much, and they don't focus on the dash in the middle because that's what life was all about. It's the dash in between the two dates. And I thought that's a poignant statement. So now I want to get a hat that's about the dash. The Italian beef is pretty cool too, though.
I'm sure they'll find. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if those hats come back at some point.
Yeah. Although that 920 is marked down, so I might have to grab one of those.
Shocker.
Okay. Next, we will look at.
As bad as I am.
But yeah, Winston-Salem, I think, is going to have to be carried by their alternates, pretty much. Because, like I said, there's even alternates that we probably didn't even name that they have. Next one we're going to look at. Let's go over to Hub City. Now, of course, Hub City is one of the newer teams, so may not have a lot to look at here.
They do actually. they came out with a lot of different variations of hats for somebody right out the bat.
I made a mistake. I apologize to Spartanburg. You do have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and they've come out with two new identities. Three.
Yeah, the pastimes and the regiment right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the regiment? I don't remember talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
We did.
Okay.
I like the regiment one though. That's pretty cool.
It's more the logo than the camo I was looking at with that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that version of it.
Which one?
That logo with
the logo on this camo hat.
Oh, I have that one.
Can you see it?
Yes.
That's not a good camo hat then.
Well, I mean, you could also argue that sometimes you see John Cena.
That's fair.
And I
See, I don't like pickles, but I love that pickle hat.
Yeah. See, I don't like pickles either, except on that hat.
Yeah. No complaints.
I mean,
there.
it's definitely a big deal that they did that. So.
Red card.
Oh yeah, and Flip. See, I love that they've got the characters.
Yeah.
So is there how many?
Donnie, can you talk to them about getting Flip on a 5950, please?
Right.
So there's only three characters, correct? The Chuck, the Chip, and the Flip.
Yep.
Okay.
Are there only three?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Donnie, can you
Oh,
please talk to
right there, because there's the hat with all three of them on it right there.
Yeah. So Donnie, can you please talk to your friends and get Flip on a hat?
You think I got friends everywhere?
You know everybody, Donnie. Everybody knows it.
Donnie, when we were at Rickwood, you knew the guy who was taking the photos.
And you were in the photos from the original Rickwood.
That's right.
We got Sluggers, Regiment Pastime. Okay. So I apologize to Hub City. They have a lot more than I thought. Let's go over to who I think is actually a dark horse in this tournament. Let's go to Hudson Valley.
Holsinger, well done, my friend. And they've got some underappreciated. Wait a minute, what is that? That's the snapback from last season.
Snapback one. Yeah, that's.
Sorry. And then they've got that new home plate hat, the batting practice hat.
Yes.
The all white one at the top.
Now, I will say this: Rhonda has ruined this logo for me.
Rhonda has.
Because I don't know if you guys remember this when we were doing our logo tournament. She called this one the Whack Dogs, and it has stuck with me ever since.
I remember that. I forgot about that.
I didn't remember that at all. That's pretty funny.
I do like to have a chocolate version of that, though.
Why does it have to be chocolate?
Chocolate Labs.
Okay, well, that's okay then.
Although it looks like a photo negative more than anything. You got the retrievers, you got the big apples.
Yep.
But the one that's really
Newberg Gorham.
What was that?
Newberg Gorhams.
Yeah, I want to get one of. I need to look at because those are on clearance too. I need to look at one of those because I wanted one.
I do like the old logo here too that they have.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's all about this one to me.
Oh,
this is, I think, their main one right here, the cider donuts.
That's one of the best alternate identities in the last 5 years.
I agree with that.
And by the way, I can eat 5 times my body weight in cider donuts, by the way. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much because, you guys have seen my diet or lack thereof. I love donuts.
See what we got in the jerseys. There's the Gorham one.
Donuts.
Patrick talked about. There's the Retrievers, cider donuts. I think the jersey's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there.
Yeah. By the way, do you like the Fenómenos Enmascarados?
I do. I do like.
We need the one with the belt, Virgil.
That belt one, yeah, I agree. That's a great one right there.
That's a winner.
All right, so Hudson Valley, definitely a lot of great items there, but also just a very underappreciated team in my opinion. Next one we're going to be looking at, we are down to, we got more. We got 5 more, so we are going to run just a tad bit over. Let's go to the new kid on the block, and by new kid I mean someone who just came back to the block. Frederick Keys. So of course, Frederick is, like I said, the name has been the name has been around since as long as I've been following minor league baseball. But like I said, they've only got their new stuff right now, so really not a lot to go off of. I do like this. How do we feel about this logo, the F with the key through it?
It's much better than their old one.
I do agree with that.
I like it.
Let me see if there's any jerseys or not. I don't think there is yet. No. So that's all we've got for keys.
Go back up. There was.
Oh, there is. Just
right there. Yeah. Road gray. And then there's one on the left on the line below that.
Yeah. And they used it for when they were in the draft league, but was it the draft league they were in? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For a year. So I think their batting practice hat, word on the street is that's going to be the batting practice hat.
Word on the street. Are you trolling the streets of Frederick?
He is
100%.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. So I think that might be one, eventually at least, based on I don't know that from anyone at the team, but based on the styles that New Era has released on their website, and for new teams, and based on what they've done with their on-field hats, that's why I'm extrapolating it from that pattern with what New Era's done on their website with like the Wilson Warbirds and the Ontario Tower Buzzers and people like that. So we'll see. I could have that completely wrong.
I understand. All right, we're down to 4. Let's go visit probably another high contender. Let's go to the Jersey Shore Blue Claws.
Oh my gosh, I love that logo. And by the way, who am I? Well, that's the home of Bob McLean, friend of EFA.
Oh, Patrick joined? I'm sorry. Eric joined?
I went to a game there, and I was on the radio for one inning.
Prophet
Probably
Palooza.
heard it.
Prophet Palooza Jr., recorded it. Johnny talked about it, asked me about it, and I talk about me and me and me.
This is one of the best suites of hats right there. I mean, those 4 right there is fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a
By the
very
way, Donnie,
controversial.
by the way, Donnie, thanks for buying up all the 7 5/8 of their new alternate identity, so I couldn't get one.
I have a controversial opinion. I do not like this alternate hat.
What? I love that one.
I just don't think it's a good hat.
That's one of my favorites.
I think it's too busy.
Donnie and I. Well, what I love is not so much the glasses. I love the glare inside the glasses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As you said earlier, everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if you're wrong.
That's fair. I'm trying to think. It's there. Let me go actually to the Steam store. Let me go to Team Store proper. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, so we talk about their identities. Their Copa one, probably one of the best ones, and the Medusas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. They've got the Liberty bucket, which I think it's not even an alternate identity, but it's
a new alternate.
It's a new alternate logo, which I mean that's a win.
Yeah.
Their Marvel's not terrible. We got the Shine Barons first.
Yep. I think that was a 1-year one though.
What was that?
I don't think they're doing the Shine Barons this year.
I don't think so either. And really, I feel like the Shine Barons was an underrated logo because it got overshadowed by the Bennies and Locals.
Yeah, and I think they're bringing the Bennies and Locals back this season. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like they should because that's kind of a That's a great one not to just not bring back.
Right, I agree.
I don't see the Locals though. Maybe it's be further down. There is the pork rollers, which I actually had a friend show me this a few days ago. He just discovered the logo and asked what I thought about it because he loves it.
Virgil, look at the one size that sold out.
That's why I upgraded.
Donnie, I contacted one of my friends over there, and they said one person from the state of South Carolina. I won't reveal your city, Donnie, even though it's rich. One person from South Carolina bought up all that one size, and I was like,
"Why would I do that?"
Because Patrick, you have money to burn. Okay,
Patrick, just do what I did and just get a bigger head.
I may have to see. I may have to pray that they keep 7.5 in my size until I can get it.
This was the Jersey Shore hat that Donnie wanted us to talk about that we did not.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the purple Medusa. See, that's a good purple right there.
That's a
is that a wait a second. Is that a Virgil? Is that a Virgilized purple?
This is a producer approved purple right here.
Oh wait, no, that's producer purple. There we go.
Yeah, that is an approved purple.
That is producer purple.
And see, I like a good tritone. Like they've got that logo up there on the white panel one, but I like that all purple even better.
And then there is
and by the way, I love that shade of pink on the paddle there.
I do too.
It's such a good pink. Listen,
all right, that's the locals.
Holsinger, to answer your question, I have tried the Arch Burger from McDonald's. I thought it was really good. And I don't say that very often about burgers from McDonald's.
Did they drop a few identities? I feel like they did.
Who?
Jersey Shore.
You mean did they like move away from a few?
Yes. Oh, I forgot. Searching Jersey on Jersey Shore is probably not going to get me what I want.
Trying to think of what they might have had.
Right there, Jersey's under department.
Well, they did have. Do you remember they did have that? And they might still use it, but they had that blue claws hat that looked like a beach ball, and it had the pinwheel on it.
Yeah, the Jersey's right there under department, Virgil. On the left.
There's no need to insult him, Donnie. Golly.
Well, they sell 3 jerseys, and one of them's a hockey jersey. So, okay. Not much for the jersey. So, I think a very strong contender.
Yep.
Great original brand. Great, great alternates. Okay, let's go. We got 3 more teams left. Let's go check out Wilmington, the Blue Rocks. What do we think about their main logo?
It's good.
Yeah,
It's not
I
great.
like
It's
it.
good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I think it's solid. Is probably what I would say.
Okay.
That's my profit description of the day.
That's fair. That's fair. Of course, we got celery. Really not a lot to work with on alternates. I mean, you have Mr. Celery, and we've kind of gone over that.
Yeah, and not only is he that, but he's also their Copa logo.
Right.
Yeah, and they did refresh the logo a little bit for this coming year.
Yes.
So I know we talked about that a little bit.
But really, that's all for Jersey. So we're down to 2 more teams. And then I'm going to go with one that I think is another contender. I would think, at least in my eyes. I don't know about everybody else's. That is the Bowling Green Hot Rods.
Mm-hmm. After having been there on Donnie Palooza last year, on my way to the CBM meetup, when I stopped in there for the first time, I was more impressed with them and their logos than I had been prior.
Yeah, bowling. I've always rated Bowling Green as probably, when someone asks me like what the most underrated park is, I've always said Bowling Green.
Yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic park. I mean, I didn't even know anything about it to have underrated it, but if you don't have that as one of your favorites after being there, then you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, look, you guys have both been to a ballpark I haven't been to. That's never happened.
In fact, to me, the BG logo is pretty cool, but to me, it's not even like it's maybe their third best logo.
See, the funny thing about the BG logo on this one, I think it's worse than their old BG logo.
Okay.
Which has the tailpipes coming from the G or the V.
And also you can see the BG better because it was on a navy. It was on a navy crown.
Yeah, and
that's coming from someone who thinks navy crowns are woefully overused. But for that BG with the pipe coming out of it, I think that. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Are you talking about the one that was like the black and the yellow? Are you talking
black
about
and yellow?
BG? Oh,
that BG.
Mind. But
I know which one you're talking about, though. Yeah,
there was a BG in this format when SET branding or whatever it was that did this, current branding. I don't know.
See, I picked up one of the Navy BG hats for Kelly because he wanted it. He had not had it, and right. I purposely got the bootleggers because that's what they were playing as that night.
Right.
And I was
their weakest logo, ironically, Donnie, to me, is their batting practice hat.
Yeah.
That roundel logo. And it's really weird. It's really weird to mention that batting practice hat is the weakest hat because I'm with you. A lot of the best logos are actually on the batting practice hat.
Yeah, there it is. There, the orange.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of I don't hate it, but
I know I like it. I like it just fine. I'm just saying compared to the other ones. Mm-hmm. But I wish they bring Roscoe back on like a regular rotation hat.
I agree.
Yeah, that's Marvel Roscoe.
Honestly, how do you guys?
Not a bad one. Not a bad one.
So for identities, we've got the bootleggers, we've got the cavemen, we've got the hot dogs, which I'm kind of okay on. My absolute favorite is the sinkholes by far. I love the story attached to that hat. I love everything about this hat.
Yep. And I know it's not a popular opinion. I think Donnie might agree with me, but I like the bolidos for their Copa.
Yeah.
I like the bolidos. I do not like this version of the hat.
Oh, I do.
I love this one. I actually bought this one. They had this in a discount bin.
So
when I was there, so I bought I bought this in addition to the bootleggers.
Yeah, when that was released, I bought that when that was initially released in 2019 as part of the Copa. And I bought it. Like when I saw all the Cobras that were released, that was one of the top 2 I absolutely had to have.
How do you feel about Caveman?
I like it.
It's okay. I think the logo's really washed out in that dark teal in the face there. I think it could have been cleaned up a little bit better.
But really, even with all that, I don't have any hats. The current logo that they have, this one is starting to probably surpass St. Cole's. It's not there yet.
But such a good hat.
I love the hat. I love the story. There's the White Squirrel Brewery that they're doing a partnership with this, and I have actually seen a White Squirrel in Bowling Green, and yes, that is true.
Yeah,
there are a lot of. I mean, there's usually some over at the Western Kentucky campus. From the last time I've ever seen one.
I can honestly say this because I've not done it with every hat this year, like Zach Beeson thinks that I do, but I've not pre-ordered a lot of them this year. This is one of them because I just had to have that one. Like that was too good for me not to pre-order because I did not want to take a chance that they were going to sell out like when Donnie bought out all the pork rollers hats.
Yeah, but I'll probably
this is one I definitely want to get as well.
Yeah, and when I go back up there this year, if I go back up there, I should probably say that this will definitely be a purchase.
Virgil, let's talk.
Okay. And then our last team we're going to look at, we're going to go to the state of Georgia for the Rome Emperors.
And by the way, why has Donnie been hating on this logo so much? Oh no, it was Ed, wasn't it? Was it Ed?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Well, like
I even love the Copo penguin on there.
Am I wrong? But didn't Ed like this logo when it first came out? Like I feel like ever since like that happened, he's been attacking it. And I'm like, listen, I agree with him on the penguinos, okay? Like
I like the penguinos.
See, I don't. But I prefer the duraznos, even though it was kind of like a cop out. I know they can't use it after the Clingstones. I'm not a fan of that.
I've already done my Georgia Aquarium joke. I'm not going to do it again.
And see, they don't have my size because you bought these, so I couldn't have it. You bought them to burn them, I bet.
I can neither confirm. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I do like the old school Braves version of this hat.
So do I.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I like the new one. That's cool.
Yeah. Shoot, and I know I will never understand how they determine on National Hat Day every year what the top 10 are. That Braves throwback made the MILB Hat Day, National Hat Day list this year for best sellers on MILBstore.com. That throwback, that throwback one made it. I don't understand how compared to everything that could have come out.
Which version of the penguin do you like better? The swinging penguin, the penguin with the bat, or the pontificating penguin?
The pontificating penguin.
Good choice.
Yeah, I like him too. I bought the all black one when they came out, but I want to swing around to get that red and black one now.
And I did get the swinging one, by the way.
Donnie, if you want to, are you 7 1/8 or 7 1/4?
1/8. Oh yeah. Well,
if you want Durazno's hat for 50% off, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you that a lot of people hated on that one. I love the Duraznos.
I like that.
Yeah. And when they went to the Penguinos, I cried. Just a little bit.
Well, no, when I wore that one at the Trash Pandas games, I remember just a random person coming up to me and says that was a really cool hat. So,
do you have a Duraznos hat?
Yeah, I bought it when I went to Rome.
And you just think you can't come up with new ways for you to be my goat, and you are. Golly.
Well, I mean, I've been to a Rome Braves game, and since I remember when they unveiled the Emperors, it's like I really need to go back and see how the reception is, and like it was night and day compared to going to Rome or going to a Braves game.
Yeah, did you like the Rome Stadium?
I don't. It's all right. I don't. There's
nothing special. There's nothing special about it, but it was solid for me.
Yeah, I do like the and I know it's probably new, but I do like the little bar they have inside the team store.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice.
And,
but no,
and I like the little statues they have outside.
Yeah.
With the kids playing baseball.
Yeah. But to me, it's like it's an all right single A park. Like I would go back to it. I have gone back to it. So
Donnie, and when I say this, I'm not talking about all your villas in Italy. Have you been to Rome?
No, I have not.
Okay. Yeah. So I think this is going to be a great batting practice hat. I really like that one.
All right. So that is it for logos for the South Atlantic League. So, of course, I will ask for your guys' rankings on Tuesday, and I'll ask Prophet and Ed their rankings on Tuesday. I already know who's going to be last for Ed, so I'll probably disqualify him. So that is it for today. Thank you. We went about 16 over, but, we had to get all those in, and it was worth all that. And apparently, we are still gaining viewers, which is like, dang.
Which is outstanding.
Yeah.
Oh,
glad to have everybody.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks for joining. And Holsinger, glad we could help you buy yet another hat. That's what we do on this show.
Like I said, thank you for joining us. We will be available. We'll have our shows on Monday. Donnie and Ed will be doing breakfast. I'm assuming Ed will be doing breakfast takes, and then we'll have our break even sports on Monday with this gang here with Ed, and then Tuesday we'll hopefully have everybody, and we'll go over some more baseball stuff, maybe even go over another league.
Ed and I should have we'll cover some of the Panthers moves, probably the ACC tournaments, men's and women's. So covering a lot of Carolina sports, baseball.
And boy, I cannot wait
to do my new segment called a Dabba Dabbo.
I was going to say, I cannot wait to see which Carolina mid-major you forget to bring up this time on Breakfast Take, but we'll find out later.
Amen.
I'm gonna bring them all up so I don't miss them.
Let's bring everybody up. Take a shotgun approach. That's a great idea.
Yeah, Virgil, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to make a list of every single institution of higher learning in North Carolina and South Carolina and see if he mentions all of them. And when he doesn't mention one, I'm going to call him out on it.
Ain't nobody got time for that, Patrick.
Well, according to Donnie, you and I would both have time.
This is true. We do have time.
Because we don't have lives, according to him.
But speaking of time, it is time to go. So thank you for joining us tonight. We will catch you guys next week.